I am 97 years old, and I am going to die soon. I do not say that for sympathy. I say it so you know. The man speaking to you right now, Walter, has nothing left to lose by telling you the truth. From here, I can see what you cannot yet see. I can see the whole road. You think you have time. That is the most dangerous thought a human being can carry. Not hatred, not greed, not fear. The quiet, comfortable, completely ordinary belief that there will be a later. That the important things can wait one more season, one more year, one more version of your life that feels more ready than this one. You have been telling yourself that story for so long it no longer sounds like a lie. It sounds like a plan. Today, I want to talk to you about that, about the lie of later. My younger brother Raymond turned 53 the summer of 1987. Raymond was the quiet one in our family. Worked 30 years at the same insurance company, never complained, never asked for much. He had a small house, a dog named Pepper, and a list. A real list, written on yellow notepad paper, folded and kept in the drawer beside his bed. The list had things on it like learn to fish properly, drive Route 66 end to end, call Walter Moore. He showed it to me once in the summer of 1985, laughing a little like it embarrassed him. Someday list, he called it. I told him someday was not a day of the week. He laughed again and put it back in the drawer. Raymond had a stroke in October of 1988. He survived, but his left side never fully came back. The Route 66 drive never happened. The fishing never happened. And the calls he wrote down on that yellow paper like a reminder to himself, those never became what they should have been either. I was the one who cleaned out his house that winter. I found the list in the drawer exactly where he left it. Every item still waiting, every item still possible, right up until it was not. And here is what that actually means. Raymond did not lose his life to a dramatic catastrophe. He lost it to postponement, to the comfortable fiction that the list would still be there tomorrow and the tomorrow after that. But time is not a savings account. You do not earn interest on unlived years. Life is not a waiting room. There is no moment coming that will be more ready than this one. Every someday is a small surrender. Every not yet is a door closing so gradually you do not notice it has shut until you go to walk through it and find only wall. Nobody pulls you aside when you are 35 and says that most of what you are working for will end up in a garage sale. When I retired in 1991, after 40 years at the same firm, they threw me a dinner. White tablecloths, decent chicken, 7 minutes of speech, and at the end, a gold watch in a velvet box, engraved with my name and the years I had given them. I drove home feeling like something had been completed. Eleanor, my daughter, was already asleep by the time I walked in. I set the watch on the nightstand. I have not worn it once, not once, because somewhere between the parking lot and the front door, I understood that the watch was not a gift. It was a receipt, proof of transaction. 40 years delivered, 40 years accepted. Thank you, Walter. Good night. Your job will replace you. The company you canceled vacations for will post your position before your family finishes thanking people for coming to the service. I have never once seen a man's bank balance listed in his eulogy. The applause of people who do not know you in the dark is the loneliest sound in the world once the room empties. And the room always empties. But underneath all of that, there is something else going on. At 97, memory does a strange and clarifying thing. The big days go thin. The promotions, the awards, the moments you were certain you would never forget, they fade. But the small ones stay. A Sunday morning beside your wife when neither of you said anything important. Your son laughing so hard he could not breathe. A stranger you helped once, briefly, without thinking twice. These are the moments that replay at the ND. Not the victories, not the acquisitions, the moments when you were fully present with another human being and nothing else competed for your attention. That is the only wealth that compounds. Not money, not status, love given freely, time given deliberately, attention given when it cost you something to give it. You keep only what you give away. Everything else, you are only borrowing it. You already know what has been lost. The question now is what you do with what remains. Stop performing first. Most people are not living their life. They are managing their reputation. They are making choices based on what the neighbors will think, what the colleagues will say, what some imagined audience will conclude about them. I want you to hear this clearly. That audience is not watching. They are too busy managing their own reputation to pay sustained attention to yours. The fear of judgment that has been quietly editing your choices, shrinking your risks, keeping you in the safe lane, that fear is not protecting you from anything real. It is a self-built prison with an unlocked door. Walk out. Treat it like a farewell. Start asking yourself, quietly and without drama, what if this is the last time, the last Sunday morning, the last phone call, the last time your child is young enough to still want to sit beside you? Not to frighten yourself, but to wake yourself up. Mortality is not the enemy of a good life. It is the condition that makes a good life possible. When you know something is finite, you stop taking it for granted. And then simply stop sleepwalking. Go outside. Call the person you have been meaning to call for 6 months. Say the thing you have been rehearsing and never delivering. Forgive the one you are still quietly punishing, because the punishment is costing you more than it is costing them. Your health will not always be what it is today. Your parents will not always be reachable. Your children will not always be in the next room. These are not hypothetical losses. These are scheduled ones. This is the shift from fearing death to finally, fully choosing life. Death is not the tragedy. The tragedy is arriving at death having never truly shown up for your life. Most people do not die all at once. They die in small daily surrenders, every later, every not yet, every morning spent numb when they could have been awake. You have your own version of Raymond's list. You know exactly what it is. The trip not taken, the call not made, the person across the dinner table you have not really looked at in months. The clock is not pausing while you get ready. It has never paused. Open the good wine now. Book the trip now. Hold the hand that is still there to hold, without waiting for the right moment. The right moment has always been right now. I have lived my portion. Now go live yours.